How's everybody doing? I'm not even sure if we're live in the group yet. As soon as I see somebody join, I will know, because I know Kaylee has to approve it. Let's see if I can get some people invited. Get my peeps. When you do hop on, I always feel weird when this happens because I'm like looking at my list. When you do hop on, say hi. Get this on. There's Kim, my girl. Hello. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how nervous I am to do this live. Like, I did not sleep at all last night. I was like, all night, just, you know that feeling when you're like awake and just kind of like, maybe this is, you know, like, I need to remember this, and I need to remember this, and I need to remember this. Seriously. Serenity now. Well, guys, I know that we're going to have some people catching this on the replay. I, for one, am a replay watcher. Many times I don't get to watch these live trainings actually live because why? We're running our business. So no worries if you're catching this on the replay. Thanks for coming on. It's actually a really, it's a huge honor to be asked and invited to come do a training for y'all. Seriously. So, anyways, so, okay, here we go. Totally just spaced out. We got a couple more people hopping on. I'm going to give it a couple minutes here. Okay, so, thank you guys. Catherine, hi. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Larissa, my girl. I see some Boss Babe Beauties. If you're part of my team, please comment Boss Babe Beauties because that makes me feel so much better. Just invited lots of peeps. Okay, awesome. All right, well, like I said, I know we're going to have a lot of people catching this on the replay, so I'm going to get started so you don't have to wait through all of this. But for people who don't know me, my name is Hope Howland. I'm an Elite Orange status presenter, and I am Whitney's second generation Elite. Boss Babe Beauties in the house! Woo woo! And, you know, it was opened up to her leaders to come in here and share something that, you know, that is a strength or like what you feel like you would love to just share, something that has been really helpful for you. And I had to think about it, and I was like, you know, this subject is very, 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 very personal to me, and I know that it has helped a lot of girls on my team. And so I wanted to go into this whole idea of getting past mental blocks and taking action. Okay, so here we go. I have notes. Y'all, Boss Babe Beauties, you guys gonna be impressed. I have notes. I never give them notes. I'm never this kind. Seriously. But, you know, it's a special occasion, so I'm gonna do the notes thing. All right, so I want you to imagine that you have a roommate. And this roommate never does the dishes, leaves a mess in the kitchen always. Even though, like, that is super not cool and roommate etiquette, okay? Never pays rent, ever, even though it should, right? This roommate is horrible. Leaves its crap around everywhere, okay? Definitely just is a lazy ass roommate who's taking up space in your house, okay? And I want you to also imagine this roommate is also not just like a waste of space. It's also unkind to you. It says the meanest things to you. Every time that you want to go out and you want to have fun, it tells you, no, you shouldn't do that. No one wants to see you anyway. Or, no, don't enjoy yourself, you know. It's basically is super negative and super verbally abusive to you in every single situation that you encounter. And many times, you allow it. That roommate is called fear, okay? And reason I really care about this subject is because personally for me, I've dealt with tons of fear. Like, even to come in here and to go live with y'all was a huge step for me because I'm comfortable with my team. This is totally different. But I think it's important that you see people in their vulnerability and hear their story. Okay, so that roommate is living rent-free in your head, is not giving anything to you. Every once in a while it will tell you, to stay safe, like don't touch that hot burner, that kind of a thing. But for the majority of life, it screws you, okay? It messes with your life and it keeps you from the good things. So the question I have for you is this. If you knew that you would be successful at something, would you do it? So the reason I'm asking this question is because that was a question I asked myself right before I joined Younique. I was scared out of my skull to hit the join button. I was very nervous. I felt like I was going to make an idiot of myself in front of my friends and family, right? Desiree, thank you. Tarn, am I hoping I'm pronouncing that right? Yes, exactly. The answer is yes. If we knew that we were going to be successful at something, the answer is obviously yes, right? I think the reason that we hesitate is because of fear telling us in our minds, you can't do this. Everyone's going to laugh at you. You don't have anything to say. You don't have a place, right? And it's because of history in our life that we allow that toxic thought pattern to really have an influence. And the reason I'm bringing these things up is because I know all of us, especially as women, we deal with it. We deal with a negative thought pattern in our mind. It influences literally everything that we do. So the question is, if we knew we would be successful at something, would we do it? And I personally think yes, of course we would. Of course we would. Like, who wouldn't want to be successful? That's like the stupidest question, right? But the problem is that we don't know we're going to be successful before we try. And so many of us sit back, I'm just gonna, ease into it. I'm just gonna dip my toe into the water. I'm just gonna try here and there, that kind of a thing, and not really put my whole heart into something. Give it my whole best. Give it my whole, what's the word I'm looking for? My best effort. Because I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of looking like an idiot in front of people who I really care about, what they think about me. Now, I'm not here to tell you that that you can, like, it's not normal you don't want to have to care what people think. That is probably one of the most human emotions, is to fear rejection. So I'm not here to tell you don't be afraid of rejection. No, rejection sucks. It really does. It hurts, it wounds, it stays with you. It's a scar that stays with you for a long time. Takes a lot of therapy, takes a lot of inner healing, takes a lot of personal development, you know what I'm saying, to get past that rejection. But I'm going to talk to you about some people that this thought came to me literally while I was in the shower today. Thomas Edison pioneered the light bulb and electric, whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? He was kicked out of school, sent home to his mom with a note saying that he's never going to learn and he's not fit for school and that you should just give up now. Well, she didn't tell him the note. She decided to tell him otherwise, to speak truth into his life, to call out the gold in his life. And guess what? We have an amazing breakthrough in our technology because of him, because he didn't live with the truth of what the quote-unquote truth of what his teachers told him. The thing is that Thomas Edison didn't know that he was going to be Thomas Edison. I mean, Oprah got fired from her first job in broadcasting. Oprah. I mean, who's the idiot that fired Oprah? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably kicking himself right now. That's awkward, right? Like, wow, dude, you fired Oprah? You didn't see that potential? So, like, Sir Richard Branson has dyslexia. I looked this up and saw it on Wikipedia. Has dyslexia. I can't speak. Hold on. And was told by his headmaster that he would either end up in prison or become a millionaire. Yeah. Amazing. All right. Richard Branson didn't know that he was going to be this conglomerate, huge. Richard Branson didn't know that he was going to be Sir Richard Branson, okay? Tony Robbins, depressed and broke before he got his aha moment. He didn't know that he was going to be the Tony Robbins, okay? Like, I have one more example for you. Derek Maxfield. Amazing, right? Our founder, we totally love him. Like, he has done so much for us as as a family, as like pioneering like this amazing company. Do you know that he has a stutter? Do you know that he's worked really, really, really hard to work past that stutter? He didn't know that he was going to be Derek Maxfield, founder of Younique Products, that has literally taken the cosmetic world by storm, and that is now funding the Younique Foundation that is changing women's lives. He didn't know that. He's just Derek Maxfield. So the thing I want to bring to you is, when fear speaks to you and says, no, you shouldn't do that. You know, like, don't try. Don't, you know, I know Whitney's saying to get in Messenger, and I know my sponsor is saying I should go live, but that scares the shiz out of me. I'm not going to do it. Well, what if those thoughts came to Oprah? What if she said, okay, I just got fired from broadcasting. I should just quit and not be in broadcasting. I should not be in TV. Holy heck. What a loss. What a loss to humanity. What if Tony Robbins just gave up and was just like, you know what? My life sucks. I have nothing to offer. Because fear was in his head and saying, no, you can't do this. You can't do this. Like, I want to bring this question to you. We all see things in our lives that we know instinctually, like we know, okay, when somebody in our sponsor or our upline elite or whatever, our black status brings something of training and they're like, hey guys, do this, it's really going to help you. And you're like, I can't do that. No, I mean, it's just not my personality. I'm not really good at it. You know, like, I can't do that. Like, I have my reasons. Does anybody relate to this? Drop me a hand up emoji if you relate to what I'm talking about, okay? Like, we hear the things, and we know in our heart of hearts that those are the things that we have to do to move forward. But we have our reasons why. And we hold to those reasons why with everything in us. Like, we are fighting to defend our reasons why we can't do the things that our sponsor or our upline is telling us to do. Okay? So, why? I want to ask this question. Why do we feel that we can't do those things? And we can go into, like, psychology or whatever like that, and or like, you know, mental blocks. I have a you know, I can't do this, you know, whatever. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to sum it up with one thing. And I'm going to say that it's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of looking like you don't know what you're doing. Panic, fear that grips your heart and that just keeps you from playing in the big leagues. And I personally believe that the purpose of you doing this business, it may be to help people, it may be to make extra income, it may be because you need, you know, girl time, you know, it could be whatever it is, okay? That you could have your reasons, your why. But I want to bring this other thought to your head. Maybe the reason that you are doing this business is because you need to push past the things in your life and to grow internally, because the world needs you. The world needs you to be at your very best. We can't function as a whole complete people without you bringing your very best. And if fear is the dominant voice in your head, if you are listening to fear on a regular basis and it's telling you, no, I can't say that, everyone's gonna think I'm stupid, or what if I screw up? What if I don't know what I'm doing? I hate the way my voice sounds on video anyway. For the record, everyone hates the way their voice sounds on video. Don't watch it. I swear to you, don't watch it, okay? We are our own worst critics, but the reason I think that we are our own worst critics is because somewhere inside of us we think that we can control how people are going to react to us. And you can't. You can't. In fact, the effort to control what people think of you or say to you or say about you it's an illusion. It's this sense of like, I can control this, I can control this. If I can control this, I can control how I feel, and I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. It doesn't work like that. You can't control what people think about you. You can't control what people say about you. And guess what? They're probably more interested in themselves than they are about you, so it's totally fine. But what if you're the next you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see Taryn's on here, so I'm gonna use her. What if you're the next Taryn Frost? Like, you don't know who you are before you become it. So think about that. Like, you don't know who you are. Oprah didn't know who she was. Tony Robbins didn't know who he was. He didn't know that what he would bring to the world is so much more than the fear of being safe, of being okay. So what I want to bring this question to you. Sorry, my foot's falling asleep. I need to change positions. This is what happens when I sit on the floor. The question I have to you is, the world needs you. The world needs you to be all of you, whole, complete, amazing. And I'm sorry, you're not going to do that by listening to fear. Fear is here to keep us safe. Keeps us from doing stupid things like touching a hot curling iron, even though sometimes you do it by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, fear is there to keep us safe. But crazy fear is not serving you. It is not serving you. And I'm not talking about medical conditions. I'm talking about avoidance. That is there to, like, keep you from joy and keep you from life that you're meant to have, like abundance that you're meant to have, fulfillment that you are meant to have. That kind of fear robs from you. And it doesn't just take like a little bit. It screws you over. So why do we listen to it? Why do we allow it to have so much say in our lives? And I think it's just this illusion that we can control things around us. Everybody wants to feel like they're in control, right? We get freaked out if we don't have it. So I'm not going to go live. I'm not going to offer the opportunity. Nobody wants to have a party, so I'm going to quit asking, you know, like, I can't do it. I know, I mean, the other girls that, you know, it works for, but I can't do it. They don't know my situation. Girl, I'm going to say this with all the love, your situation is not that special. You are more than likely listening to a lot of fear and giving it your power, giving it your control. Because it's my personal belief that we're supposed to be the best version of ourselves. Independent, empowered, smart, classy. I mean, the world needs us. Am I right? The world needs us to be at our very peak performance. And if we're listening to fear, we are not doing that. When I hit the join button, I was like, okay, I'm not going to listen to fear. I'm going to hit the join button. So I hit join. And I think I thought that was the last time I was ever going to be afraid. Let's just have a laugh at that, okay? Yeah. Like, no. It's a process. It's a process of coming face to face with a new fear and saying, no, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to pay attention to this. I'm not going to let that control me. For me, one of them was when Periscope and Facebook Live launched. So my team knows this, and some of my customers and friends know this as well. But since I was little, since I was about 4 years old, I've had epilepsy. I've had seizures that, for whatever reason, I think it came from a head injury, but I'm not really sure. It's not cured. Medication doesn't fix it. I'm 36. I don't drive because of it, because it's seriously dangerous for me to drive, and that would be a risk for myself and risk around other people. So I don't drive because of it. And so all of my life, I've had areas where I've had to sacrifice. I couldn't do this because of whatever. But then I've had areas where I'm like, but what if people see me have seizures, you know? And I would just be like, whatever, I'm living my life, right? And I was actually really okay with it. I was like, it's okay. I am who I am. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed or anything like that. And it doesn't define me. My physical condition doesn't define me. And then Facebook decides to roll out a live feature. Now, until then, I had been doing videos recorded on my iPhone, propped up on a windowsill, showing my 3D demos and everything like that. I joined back in September of 2014, so I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary. And I remember the first time I did Periscope. Now, I didn't have a Periscope following, okay? So I know I'm like going way back here, but I gotta paint the picture here for you. I didn't have a Periscope following. And Periscope's like YouTube, right? Like it just shows anybody, And I opened it and then I closed it. I was like, this is scary. I can't do this. And I totally wussed out of doing live anything on Periscope. And then Facebook Live rolled out, and I was nervous. Before that, I had really just tried my hardest to get through a video in one take without having a seizure, because then I'd have to do it all over again, right? So no one of my customers knew, and I wasn't like because I was ashamed. It was just because I didn't really want it to be the focus of my what I talk about, Facebook Live comes out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do my makeup live. I had seen Brittany Kaplan doing stuff like that, and I was like, that's a great idea. I should do that. And I'm like, but it's live. It's live. So Hope, what if you have a seizure? These are the thoughts, right? What if you have a seizure? That's, you can't control that. And part of me really wanted to just go, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to step out. And I'm being very vulnerable and sharing this story with you because this is part of my life and I have to paint the picture. But the other part of me knew that if I listened to that thought, it would control me. And I allowed my situation that I'm in of not having a curable, controllable seizure disorder control my life. And I said a little prayer, and that was back in the day when it would like count down 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even do that anymore. And I would see it like, do its countdown, and I'd say a little prayer, take a deep breath, and go. And I was so nervous doing that, so nervous, that after I would get off alive, I was like, whoo. And at first, I didn't have any seizures. I mean, I said a little prayer. I'm like, God, please don't let me have seizures, that kind of thing. And I didn't. At first couple of times, I was like, whew, like I dodged a bullet, you know what I mean? But I remember the time that I first had probably the 1 or 2 times I had a seizure. Most people don't recognize it because it's not something that's so violent that you would notice it unless I'm like, you're focused on having a conversation with me, and then you're like, oh yeah, she's not there for like 3 seconds, and then I'm back and I'm fine. I actually had a seizure at the beginning of this live, right when I got started. And the reality is, it's part of my story. So whatever you're facing, it's part of your story. Don't be ashamed of your story. Do I wish I didn't have this situation? Yeah, I totally do. I totally do. And I still pray every single day and believe with all the faith in the world that it's not going to be my life and that I'm going to get healed. But until then, it's my job to not listen to fear. Because someday, I'm going to have a daughter, and I'm going to need to tell her that mom didn't listen to fear when she's afraid. So if all of you guys are moms or hope to be a mom someday, I want you to think the example that you set for your children or your team or your nieces and nephews, the example that you set, the victories that you win now is your legacy. It is yours. It is always yours, and it's in your pocket forever. So now that I can come on here, I mean, when I hit live, I didn't think I was going to be coming on in a training group this size. Are you kidding me? No. I had no idea. But I know that if I can share my story with y'all so that you can bust through the fear factor in your life and live with a powerful testimony of how it can help other people, then I've done my job. I've totally done my job. And I want you to not look at others and be like, whoa, she's so much stronger than I am. Guys, you kidding me? I'm totally normal. I literally have clean laundry sitting on my couch across the living room from me, waiting to be folded. That's been sitting there for days, by the way, okay? I literally have a dirty kitchen of dishes that I have been procrastinating. Oh, yeah. I mean, girl got skills procrastinating doing the kitchen. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so, I am not special. The only thing that's different about me or any other person that you're inspired by, they chose not to listen to the story that was being played in their head. And it's not just a one-time thing. It's not. So I want you to identify the fear that you're struggling with. Do you want a promotion? Do you want to hit fast start? Do you want to hit black status? What do you want? And then I want you to identify the fear that you feel when you look at something that you really want in your heart. Okay, I don't know what those are, but I'm going to list a few off because I think they're pretty common. Fear of offering the opportunity because it means fear of rejection, or fear of looking like one of those type of people. Fear of being successful. That's a big one. Big one. All right? Like fear of going live. Did I already say that? I probably already did. Fear of going live. Fear of taking selfies. Big ones. Big, big, big fears. Okay? And I want you to take your dreams and your goals, and I want you to identify the fear that you're feeling. Write it down, whatever you need to do. I actually recommend you write it down because it's important for you to like see it. I am afraid of this. Identify it, man. I mean, you don't know what you can fight against if you don't know what it is you're fighting. Do you know what I'm saying? So identify the fear. And then I want you to say, like, look at the goals and imagine that accomplished. Imagine that feeling of you hit black status. My gosh, the white roses are being delivered to your house. You get to walk the stage at convention. Your name is on the big Jumbotron and you're getting a picture with Derek and Melanie. You hit your goals. Is it pink status? I saw pink status being mentioned here. You hit pink status. Do you know how hard that is? It's so hard. I mean, they don't make it easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a process, right? I want you to imagine the success. Visualize that success. Really see it. And then let go. Let go of it all. Because you can't achieve those success things if you stay in that fear. If you keep your hand gripped, like white-knuckled on that fear. You have to let that go. And it's actually so important for you as a person. Your spouse, the person that you love the most in the whole wide world, needs you to be free of the fear. Your children needs you to be free of that fear. You need you to be free of that fear. So identify it, whatever it is, and just know what you're dealing with, and then here's the hope. Here's the best news yet, and I'm here to tell you this, and I cannot even handle it. I'm so excited. It's not your future. You actually do have the power to not listen to that. To actually say, screw you, fear. I'm taking my power back. I'm taking it back. And I'm going to do the things that I know my sponsor has been telling me for months to do. And I'm going to be proud of myself in the process. Okay? I know this sounds like crazy, like personal development, but it works, you guys. It works. And it's absolutely vital for your growth. Okay, so you've identified the fear. The next step is declaration. Now, I'm going to take you through a little exercise, so bear with me here. But I want you to take your hand and I want you to put it on your heart. And I want you to say your first name. Say, I'm going to do it in my name. I'm Hope Howland. I'm powerful. I was created for amazing things. I am dearly loved. And my fears do not define my future. Today, I decide to not listen to the fears in my head. And even if you have to replay that affirmation after this video is over, after this live is over, if you have to replay it many, many times, do it every single day. But your ears need to hear with your mouth the truth about who you are. Because the reality is, fear is there to tear down our worth, not to build us up. And if we know we're powerful, we can do amazing things. And I'm not kidding, you guys. These are the steps to get through those mental blocks. And mental blocks is just a way of saying the struggle bus. You know, we're struggling, okay? I'm struggling doing this action. You know what I mean? Like, I'm struggling doing this. Like, great, okay, you're human. Welcome to the human race. You know what I mean? Like, congratulations. We're not going to stay there. We are not going to stay there. So, the next step is to take action. I'm going to give you this example. If any of you have ever jumped off a bridge into a river, or cliff jumped into a deep pond, or jumped off a high pier into a lake or ocean or whatever, right? I'm basically setting you up. When you do that, there's this moment where you jump and you're midair and your brain goes, dear God, what did I do? I've made a terrible mistake. Literally. If anybody's experienced this, you know what I'm talking about. I have done a couple of different times where I've jumped off, not a high cliff, but a 30-foot, 20-foot cliff, whatever, into a deep pond or a deep river area, whatever. And it's so exhilarating, right? But that moment where you're up there and you're standing up there and you're like, this is a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I can do this. And you kind of want to wuss out a little bit. Yes, that's right. The point of no return. Exactly. The longer that you stand up there hesitating, the harder it is to jump. So, what does that mean? You're going to pee your pants scared. It's fine. Accept it. It's okay. Again, welcome to the human race. Every single person that has ever breathed deals with fear. All those famous people that I told you about, like, they all deal with fear still. Fear of things, and they have to push past it. But the only way to push past it is to take action. I can give you all the most inspirational stories. I can tell you about my story, and you can be inspired out the wazoo and have full great intentions to be like, yeah, I'm pumped. Hope is right. I'm totally pumped. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go kick ass in my business, and yeah. And then the live is over and you're like, okay, in like 5 minutes I'm gonna do it. And then you forget. And then you remember, and then you don't do it. And then a day goes by, and then a week goes by, and then all of a sudden, that positive, like, change that was planted in your heart for you to say, I'm done with you. I'm done with you, fear. We're breaking up, and it's not me, it's you. Right? Hit the curb. That seed of hope for change in your life got a little bit smaller. The key to doing and really allowing that seed of hope, that positive change in your life to really happen, is taking action, and not in a week, not even in a day. You have to take action today. The great news is that we work from our cell phones and we can handle it. And we're amazing women who could pretty much do anything that we want to do. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so take the action. I can't tell you the action to take. That's the bummer. I can't tell you what to do. All I can tell you are the key and the principles. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The key to your success, the key to you being at your full potential, at your very, very best, is, in fact, taking action and doing these steps. You are the boss of your life, not your fears. And I don't mean to paint this picture that all fear is bad. Some fear is good. It keeps us from hurting ourselves, or, like the fear of getting in an accident, not wearing a seatbelt is a good fear, okay? It makes you want to wear your seatbelt, right? That's what I'm talking about. But sorry, totally just spaced out. Here we go. You are the boss. The fears, they keep you from doing your best because of rejection, because of whatever, bad experience. That's not serving you. And you're giving up your power. You've given up your control. So today, I really want to just inspire to you to take those things that you know that you should do, and without condemnation, without shame, without anyone over your shoulder saying, no one's doing that. The world, this team, this family needs you to be your very best. We can't function as we should if you are not at your very best. And so I just want to inspire to you today to kick fear in the teeth and just demolish those goals. Take action right now. Have accountability. Message your sponsor. Message your upline elite. Message your black status. It does not matter. Have accountability and say, okay, these are my fears and I want to push past this. How can I push past it? And she'll help you. She really will. If you don't have a great relationship with your sponsor, that's fine. Go to somebody in this business, a sideline sister, a mentor, or whatever, who you do have a great relationship with, and have that accountability. Because at the end of the day, you deserve to live at your potential. You deserve to feel confident about yourself and to know that, oh my God, I almost sold myself short. I almost thought that I wasn't good enough. I almost thought that I wasn't pretty enough. I almost thought that I wasn't smart enough. Turns out I was wrong. Isn't that the best news ever? That the negativity that has been playing on repeat, like a bad infomercial in your head, is wrong. It's actually designed to keep you from the very thing that is your calling and your purpose in your life. And who doesn't want to fulfill their calling and purpose? Come on. So this is my heart. This is what I want to inspire to you. To take those things that you're afraid of. Don't allow those mental blocks to control your life anymore. And kick fear in the teeth. And rock your business. Rock your calling. Because the purpose of this, yeah, sure, you want to make extra money. You want to help people. You want to support the Unique Foundation. Whatever your why is, it's very noble. But don't sell yourself short. Don't think for a second that you were just created to pay bills and die. You're not. You're created for greatness. You're created to shine, to be heard, to be seen, to make other lives better. And that's who you are. Beautiful, amazing, creative, smart, classy, just absolutely priceless. But you got to replace the infomercial that's going on in your head for you to actually encounter who you are and your worth. And this is what I wanted to bring to you guys today. I hope this inspired you. I hope this gave you a glimmer of hope for your future. Because I know that when women learn the truth about how priceless they are on the inside, we're a force to be reckoned with. And you deserve to know the truth about who you are and not listen to the fear. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read all your comments. I purposefully tried not to read them so I didn't get off subject, and I tried to keep this short because short-ish, 45 minutes, whatever. I feel like it's a victory if I was under an hour. Am I right, team? Yeah, my team knows. It's a victory if I'm under an hour. All right, well, thank you so much for hopping on. If you got value from this, make sure you tag your teams below. And if you get breakthrough, please message me, because I'd love to celebrate your victories. That's just my joy, to celebrate other people's victories. Okay? Go rock it. Go have an amazing Thursday, and we'll talk soon. Bye, everyone.